Hello, America. Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states, as you know, and that means yours, which is a good thing. Politically incorrect. Producer, would you agree with that I'm politically incorrect? Yes. No cuss words on this one. We're going to talk about today lifetime income annuities and my favorite defer to SPIA strategy, which the annuity industry hates, which means that you might like it. But before I did that, we were having some fun on the set, and I did, you ever seen those things in front of the car dealerships, like this? This is annuity marketing at its worst. I'm one of those, forget it, hit the music. All right, I'm back. The producers want me to dance more. I mean, I'm telling you, I can dance. Just telling you that right now. But I digress. Let's talk about immediate annuities and the defer to SPIA strategy. And defer to SPIA, SPIA is single premium immediate annuity. That's the acronym. But let's talk about immediate annuities in general. Immediate annuities were the granddaddy of all annuity products. They started in the Roman times. Been sold in this country for hundreds and hundreds of years. I still think it's the most efficient pro-consumer product on the planet, which is why most agents don't sell it. I love it. I can't imagine anyone selling more immediate annuities than the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent. I just think it's a basic pension plan. No moving parts, no annual fees. It's really the best, in my opinion, the best pro-consumer product out there when it comes to immediate income. Now, I know a lot of agents will try to sell you other products that they say will be as good or could perform maybe better in the future, possibly, potentially. But if you want the best contractual guarantee based on your life expectancy at the time you need the payment, that's a single premium immediate annuity quote. Now, obviously, we have a SPIA calculator at theannuityman.com that you can use, but I totally encourage you, that sounded kind of 80s, I totally encourage you to connect with me one-on-one. Go to our site, theannuityman.com, and set an appointment. Let's talk. Let me look at your situation. But the defer to SPIA strategy, the reason the annuity industry hates it, is I'm telling people don't buy the annuity now. Oh my gosh, he just said don't buy an annuity. Yeah, I said that. And the reason I said that is sometimes it makes sense to wait to turn on the lifetime income stream. I got a call the other day from a gentleman who worked hard, had a big lump sum, at the end of his time working for his employer, and wanted to know, should he buy the income stream now, blah, 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 blah. Went through all of that, the details that me and you would go to as well. The first thing I asked him is, do you need the income right now? That's basic, right? Well, no, I don't need the income. And if you don't need the income, then you probably don't need to buy income right now unless you want to defer to the future. Now, annuity companies try to entice you to buy the annuity now, whether it's a deferred income annuity, a QLAC, qualified longevity annuity contract, or an income rider, and have income start at a future date. They love when you do that because they can hold on to the money while you're deferring it. And it's a good deal because you know to the penny what that contractual guaranteed lifetime income stream will be when you turn it on in the future. Remember, the older you are, the higher the payment, just like Social Security, the best inflation annuity on the planet. Yes, you do already own one. But defer to SPIA means that it might make sense for you to either keep your money in the market or keep it in CDs or keep your powder dry or do something else with it until you need income at that time. And this gentleman that called me, that's exactly the decision that he made based upon the information that I gave him and the conversation that we had was, you know what, I think it's better for you to wait, and I think in this case it was 4 to 5 years. Let's wait 4 to 5 years. God willing, we'll both be here. And then at that point in time, I'll run an immediate annuity quote with all carriers to find the best contractual guarantee for your specific situation and for his specific situation. He was fine with that because he was okay with shouldering a little bit of that risk during that 4 to 5 year time period, and I thought it was in his best interest to do that. Now, immediate annuities, the payments are primarily based on your life expectancy at the time you take the payment, with interest rates playing a secondary role. Good and bad of that decision he made of defer to SPIA, which is, well, if interest rates go higher, payments might be a little bit higher, even though interest rates play a secondary pricing role. If interest rates go lower, the payment's going to be lower. The other kind of risk that he's taking deferring by the SPIA to buy the immediate annuity, if life expectancy tables change against you, meaning that the projections are for you to live longer, If that happens, that means there'll be more payments, which means the payments will be lower. So you're taking a little bit of a risk on the defer to SPIA, but in this environment, I don't think the risk is that big. Now, annuity companies are going to pound the table and say, no, you should buy it now, you should buy it now, and we're going to price it. And there's an argument for you to buy a deferred income annuity or a QLAC or an income rider and have the income stream start at a future date, and you know exactly what that amount's going to be. But the same argument can be said for not buying the annuity now and buying it exactly when you need that income stream. And better than that, reverse engineering for the exact monthly income stream that you need. Meaning that, let's just say you get to year 4, year 5, and I told this gentleman this as well. He needed like an additional $3,700 a month. Well, great. Let's, at that point in time, if it's still $3,700 per month, because he was a planner, he had planned out, he thought that's what he needed, then we're going to solve for that $3,700 a month, meaning that we're going to reverse engineer the quote to contractually solve for $3,700 using as little money as humanly possible, which is always a good thing. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they put too much money into an annuity. I know the annuity gods are like, stop, lightning bolts are hitting me, but it's the truth. Annuities should be a portion of your portfolio, if at all, but if they are, they need to be in proportion and allocated properly to solve what you're trying to solve for contractually. You know, people say, well, what's the downside of annuity contracts? In my opinion, having worked for Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, Payne Weber, UBS, and managing money for them at a very high level, when you buy an annuity contract, when you buy a contract, what you're going to lose is the opportunity. And in some cases, keeping that opportunity and deferring that purchase to the future makes sense. I've done another video you need to watch called Single Premium Immediate Annuity Quotes, how to get them, because we're talking about defer to SPIA. So I go through that and how to use our calculators to determine the best structure, etc. But at the end of the day, after you use our calculators at theannuityman.com, you need to connect one-on-one with me. I know you're saying, how do you do it, Stan the Annuity Man? I mean, my days are full of calls, back to back to back to back to back, 30 minutes apiece, with my clients and people like you that are considering annuities, that you need a conversation, you need an expert to weigh in, you need someone that's going to be brutally factual with you and not just sell you a product. I'm not going to do that. If you haven't caught that by now, then you hadn't been listening too close. I'm going to shoot it straight with you. So I welcome that conversation. You can schedule that call. When you go to the scheduling, you'll just pull up my schedule and then schedule the call, and then I'll call right on the money because I'm kind of OCD like that. My dad sent me to a military school a long time ago. I'm the guy that has his shirts like 2 inches apart. I digress. Anyway, hey, let me send you these books. Let me flip them around, producer. I've written all these owner's manuals. Would love to send them to you for free and under no obligation in this Willy Wonka golden ticket package. And I will do that if you go to theannuityman.com and provide your shipping address. Nobody's going to call you or show up at your door. You're going to find out very soon in our relationship that I'm going to treat you like a pro. I'm going to shoot it straight. I'm going to be brutally factual. And I'm not going to be a friend, but I'm going to be the best advisor you've ever had. And with that, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next video.